Alrighty, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. What is going on, everyone? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm getting there, guys, I promise. Just booting back into a bunch of platforms. And then hopefully we'll have a little bit better over time. Alrighty, guys. Okay. Seems more stable, which is a good starting point, I guess. Yeah, cool. And I mean, it worked, which is better than what I've been doing. I won't lie. It's been good, man. It has been very good. All fun and games, question mark? Yeah, man. Yeah, my biggest thing is definitely, like, you know, keeping modest with everything. Alrighty, well, we fixed the privacy thing, so that's a cool start. Alright, cool. Well, alrighty, guys, welcome in. Welcome to today's stream. I'm gonna continue with some of the Chamsys stuff. You know, go a little bit about the, you know, the back end side of it all. I want to work on 2 ways to edit my positions and stuff. I got a few ways that I'm able to do some stuff, so I don't know if that's going to be an option or not, but yeah, guys. 2, let me know how's the volume on stuff as well, because that's kind of obviously what I'm like keen about knowing about. My biggest thing too, if any of my like lighting friends and stuff are hanging out, like If that kind of works. I don't know from a logical point of view. If it will, but again, it was just kind of like a mini idea that I had. Why is Instagram streaming portrait? Oh, is it? Man, I don't know. If anyone's in my Instagram, can you tell me if it's done that stupid thing where it's gone portrait mode again? Because if it has, that's kind of really annoying. It should come good again, like if it does. I don't know. It's one that I can't really fix. What's your fader layout? I'm still figuring that out at the minute. At the moment, I've kind of just given myself a bunch of masters and stuff. Like for intensity. Other than that, I've then got movement, size master, effect master for my movement. I control the size. And then I've got one that has color and dimmer and stuff on it together. My crossfade fader is my like blinder override, and my grandmaster is my front of house wash. So that's kind of the current layout. It zoomed onto your keyboard on Instagram. What the hell? If you leave and rejoin, it should be fixed. Like, I think. I don't know why it does it. It's a stupid bug with Instagram. If not Tim, feel free to go over to like my YouTube channel or something else. My Facebook. I think I'm live on my Facebook page as well, so feel free to head over anyway. But yeah, today I want to figure out how I want to lay some like cool stuff out. I want to figure out how I want to do positions and stuff like that as well, as much as how I want to go about littler things like position presets, you know, so on and so forth. That's probably some of the little stuff that I'm pretty keen to see people's thoughts on. Having a good time. Oh yeah. I don't want to edit the post because, you know. I'm just gonna try get a couple people in here, like Sam and stuff. That way I can have a little bit of help. Bunch of people in it too, Matt and all that. Hello. Maybe something like that. That could be a bit better title. Done. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, guys. If you are hanging about too, let me know. Say hello. There's a couple of things as well that I want to think about from a like fundamentals point of view. One of them being is like things like, yeah, position presets, color, that kind of thing. How I want to do all that. It's probably a harder challenge at the minute, just trying to like think of resources and stuff, how I want to exactly go about that. Things like my LEDs and stuff on the floor, they're not kind of stuff I'm really too, what's the word, focused on. Like, I know blinder stuff hits, effect masters and stuff all exist as well. And that, so that's one thing. As I put my dog out real quick, guys, sorry. There's a bunch of ways to do stuff as well, which is kind of like the current thought process, at least. And look, I can do that many ways as well. Odd evens bumps exist, and that's something that I definitely probably want to look at achieving, is like odd even bumps. But I've also got to remember basic concepts and stuff like these guys. Is also something that I kind of want, so do I want yeah, man. And that's the other thing, like, I think stuff like stroke bumps and stuff, again, is going to be something that's quite important to me, so I probably want to look at that from a fundamental. Odd even bumps, again, something that I think I'm going to use quite regularly. But for now, let's figure out a way to really dive into the position side of the show file. And I'm going to delete those for now, just because I've made them, obviously, as a thing. Side wash again is probably something that I'm always going to prioritize from a fixture point of view as well. So, color fades and stuff is something that is a little bit weird to me. Again, because I don't know exactly how I want to. Now, obviously, half this execute page of the Mini is already so-called laid out in terms of a color picker. So that is probably what I'm actually going to make layout 2, just because it means that I can have virtual faders, etc. There is like the colored mode. I don't really like it, so I just keep it in boxes mode. It keeps everything nice and simple from all kind of areas, and simple to me is something that, you know, I enjoy doing. I find it really interesting. So, and that's the same reason, like, of changing, like, blue backdrops, you know, ramp in some color effect in there. And you can do some really cool stuff. Red and blue, red and magentas, you know, red and magenta. Just like that. There's a really cool look. Even maybe make the punch through, like, go along the red trend and something like that. Add some wash in. And you can create some really cool looks. So, it's kind of the current thought process. Then from there, you know, add some blinders in. I have a blinder effects on this flash button up here, so... And then obviously I can change the speed of said movement effect as well. So I can obviously come here, I can, you know, make the effect bigger, stop it, make the effect bigger, click that button again, it'll go away. So that kind of stuff is what I've kind of been looking for. And definitely like options as well. So that kind of thing. I think at some point in time I am going to make a lot of these be so-called effect masters, just in the realms of what and when. That's kind of the stuff that I don't really know. I'm just going to remove these for now. It's not permanent, but I'm going to do it for now anyway. Then from here I want to look at, again, like I said, what kind of things I want. So, something that we know I'm using a lot is stuff like side wash. That doesn't mean it has to be mover as such, but it is something that I'm using a lot, so... Is it a good idea to have it as something I'm frequenting? So that could be like chucking it there. And then I've always kind of got front wash on like a fader. I also like to do this really cool habit of making my activate releases, my release times, like 0.5, and then I can sit here and just bash a button, and then it gives me that like side washy look. And, you know, punch that in with a different look and stuff. The side wash is actually, it is really cool. Like, yes, it takes up a fader, but coming into buttons, and I can go pause uses exec grid 1, yes. Go uses exec grid 1, yes. Just like that, I've gained 2 flash buttons above it. So even if that fader is kind of irrelevant and, you know, is more on the side wash side, and it doesn't have to stay side wash, it's obviously that for now, but it doesn't have to be that. It's the same thing, like, what would you put there? I don't know. It's definitely a conversation to have. I think last time around I built a show file, I made the pause flash buttons above these, like, I made them like odd even buttons or something along those lines for memory. So I don't remember what it was, but it was It would have been along those lines. It is those things that I am like thoroughly enjoying and stuff, so as I said, I don't mind having a side wash fader. It might just be a case of spots floor, wash floor. I don't know how I would change their color, but and it could be a way of like having a stack full of colors for them and stuff, but unless that's what that wash floor thing was for, because to be honest, I really don't think that'll exist anymore, so I'd rather do that and then rename wash floor soft to like something along those lines, I guess. And if I select them, go boom, record, merge into it, select it, unlink, set soft. That theoretically now should be a soft palette for my side light, which it is. So does that mean it is in that? It does. That is ink. So here I can choose what color my so-called side wash is, which is kind of what I want. It's kind of what I want, so same as all my floor stuff, like I gotta have a think about how I want to control stuff like this as well. Again, there's a chance that it becomes just a, it's another fader of course, but like something like that as intensity. But that gives me like a fader for at least to control that kind of stuff now, so at this point it's just going to be a shit ton of masters and everything else is going to be done by buttons and stuff above it. So, which obviously not complaining, but still. Do some naming, of course. Yeah, something like that's cool. So now I have a way to control them. I think positions is... So that should be now I have control of every group. Except, supposedly, them. Because that will become my overhead group when it exists. But for now I've just merged those fixtures into there. But for the most part, whatever. But I really don't mind that. Okay, cool. This is where I think it's perfect time to work on positions. And I don't know how I want to do this as such, but I think it's going to be a good idea to build some kind of Busk so-called positions and then work from there. And then once I got, I think, my main playbacks kind of in place, I'll then be able to come through and choose what I think would be best. I'm guessing they haven't been put into that one. There you go, that works now. Cool. And I like doing it this way only because it means if I do some like thing like that, and you know, and I put them in a different color, then I can do some really cool like looks through. And I do love the look of it, like I won't lie. It always looks really cool, I think, so it's a bit of a favorite. Having a good time? Yeah, man. No, and that's the thing, like... And that's the thing, like I could create like a color 2 stack or something. I can sit here and, you know, mash the rig between, because like quick and easy. I find having quick and easy stuff under your fingertips is always the best way to do stuff. You know, you want access to colors and all that, but at the same time, I like things being easy. What's sidewash mode? It literally just puts these guys out of their up position into like a... into like a sidewash look. What's happening? Oh, what, man? Just pottering along. Know how it is. Oh, man. I got myself some lemonade as well, so I'm kind of set for an hour or so. Yeah, positions are going to be my next thing. So, let's do that then. So I'm actually going to release these. Release. So I want to stop that effect at the mini. And what I want to do is have a look at all the different like positions and stuff that I have. So you got, they're so bright. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it this way then, so I can at least master it down a little bit. I might make it a little bit better of a color too. So, overhead floor wash. So I've got like X positions. I'll also make these like the color so I can see that. No, white will do. X2s, downstage, more audience, sway, which I don't know what that is. but I won't like unbelieve it. So what I'm thinking is what I need to do is I want to do something along the lines of like floor, bring them out, press fan, and I can do something like that. I'm just gonna call this fan out, and then while I'm here I'm gonna go like this, store one next to it, call it fan in, and I'm finding all my positions at the mini 2 are staying like, well, they'll be the same across the board if that makes sense. So also I probably unfan. So fan out, fan in. That's what I want on those set of lights. We'll do the same for the overheads now, which I wonder if I go spots grid, this could be a little bit easier, because then hopefully it takes into, no it won't, that's annoying. Alright, we're going to do it in sections then. So spots, overhead, view heads. We know that it's kind of my first lot. We know that there's 6 per truss with the exception of the mid-stage truss, so that's probably a better way of doing this, eh? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out Programmer, choose the first 6. From there I know that I should only have the first, oh no, there is 8 on the first truss, sorry, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, we're going to select those guys. We're going to bring them about here. Go same thing, fan. And I'm just going to fan them out like that. From here, got another lot. So, clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be our next truss. So, we're going to do the same thing. Fan. And just fan it out a little bit. Go all. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And that should be my next 8. Press fan, fan them out, just like that. Now I want to reselect them, so 1 through 24, please. Merge that into fan out. I really don't want to do a fan in at the mini, so for the sake of it I'm just going to merge it into there. So now I should again be able to go fan out, fan in, fan out. Well, X1, X2, downstage, audience, fan out, fan in. Shui. Oh yeah, cool. But for the most part, that does work. So, where do I want to go from here? I want to go... This next one I'm going to do is going to be some... I might actually update my patch real quick, just because it's starting to annoy me based off... So I'm going to make my spots 101s. These are all my washes. They can be... from 201. These can be from 230. My blinders can all be like 300s. My LED shite and all their virtual dimmers can be 401. Can I? It did not like me just moving everything like that. Alright, let's do it this way. Hold shift. 1, no. 1, no. I thought the keybind was shift. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like plus. So you go 67 plus nope. Alright, we're doing it one by one. What did I get up to though? I don't know. I've got up to 402. So 403, 404, 405, 406, 407, 408, 409, 410, 411, 412, 413, that's not it, 414, and 415. Now I would have just like fucked up. And there'll be one that's like 6 billion, that needs to be 413. Cool. Here we go. And then I have this one, which is just haze, which can be like 901, and Resolume can be. Actually, I'm gonna make that. Whatever. There we go. So now numbers make a little bit more sense because they're in account to. Save show. They're in account to. Fixture types. If that helps anyone. Cool. So let's go back to positions now. So I probably want to do the same thing, honestly, with these guys, with the whole fanning thing. This is the truss that has less in the middle. So I got my wash over heads. I got my numbers mixed up. It's the wash that has one less in midstay, sorry. So I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna go heads. Now, because I know head numbers, this is where things get pretty easy now. So I know that there's 8, so this is where I can go 201 through 208, enter. And just like that, I will have 8 selected. So now things become a little bit easier because I know fixture numbers. So I'm going to do the same thing, put them here, go fan them out, press all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this next truss only has 6, obviously. Cool. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we finish off with 8 again up the back, so which is what we want. So fan. Cool. Something like that. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to reselect. Cool trick. If you hold shift, click there, click there. Oh no, that only works in patch. That's dumb. It's cool. I could just type fixture numbers in, but this will do. And all I'm gonna do here is just wiggle. And I'm gonna make that fan out. Also select that again. Merge that in with fan in. Yeah, it's not the normal way you would do that, but it works. Alright, cool. So, audience, downstage, X1s, X2s, fan in, fan out, which isn't a difference at the menu, but that's cool. I might do the same thing just for these guys for like the fan in. Just to give me a little bit of a different look. Let's go something like that. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I know, the next one has less. Fan in. Pretty much that. To our next lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fan in. That is literally what we're going to do. As much as I don't fully agree with it, it will do 201 through 222. It's going to do that. And that's going to become fan in. Should be able to go now fan if I turn on a bunch of different fixtures like these guys, fan in, fan out. But it does work for the main sake. That's cool. Cool. Where to now? Cool. Alright, cool. So now let's work on a way to tell the fixtures what like positions and stuff I want them in. And I think the easiest way I'm going to do this is going to be choose all move. Put them in a said position. Store that down there, and I'm going to call that simply pos soft. And go unlink set soft on it. I think if I hold shift, I believe it is, and click it. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to make another thing on the execute page using those. Well, yeah. I'm going to just do another little. I'm going to do like a strip up here, I think. Because I shouldn't hopefully have as many. I'm going to move that there. And I'm going to remove that or that. So the Faith 0 thing can stay, or I'm not going to have any colors. Alright, cool. Yeah, that'll work, I reckon. So, what I'm going to select is positions. Wonder if there's a way I can come in here, go view, then in here bring up that. Because really that is all I need. So I'm going to go copy center. Copy downstage. Copy audience. Copy X1. Then copy fan out. Maybe that does for now, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, maybe that does do. So I'm just going to do that up, bring that up one more time and go copy the soft palette. And then from here, I want to go Copy overhead spots there. Select that. Select that. Set region. Yeah, that works. Again, I actually don't remember. It's technically 3. I only have to do it 3 times because 3 kind of lights, which kind of works for me, and I'm not actually like. So, I'm gonna go spots overhead, then wash, and then I'm gonna go floor. So now I can go here, if I come in here, select there, set region, come here, set region. And now it works the same way. So I got all my stuff for like colors, etc. here. And then here I can change the, well, where my lights and stuff are. So yeah. The other thing you gotta do is now is obviously you want to come here and you want to go all move. Well, yeah. I think this will work if I go all move, pause, and then put 5, press 5, and then click the soft palette. And test theory, if I store there and click it, what's just happened? But now that I've done that, I think it'll mean but it does control that. Which is kind of what I wanted. So, okay, interesting. Now I do the same thing. Ah. Yeah, cool. So now I do have more control over that. That's cool. But I can see all the lights and stuff moving, so. Cool. That's cool. So that is positions done now. Trying to figure out what the best way to go about these are. These color bars. Also, the one thing I want to know real quick. There is a thing in here, obviously called intensity. That's not what I wanted. Like an intensity channel preset thing, but obviously it'll yell at you and be like, "Oh, that doesn't exist." Which is kind of one thing that I am curious about. Alright, well that's good progress for today, so. I now have a way to change my positions, which is really cool. So I can tell different sets of lights to go into different positions. And of course, that works. Which is what I want. As well as like effect masters and stuff still work. And then I pull it down, it'll just go back to whatever I set. So. Which is perfect. And it means like now, clear, and nothing's leaving. So, it's awesome stuff. Alrighty, cool. Well guys, thanks for hanging out. That's going to do us for today. It's a good load of progress though. I'm going to come into my timecode part and smack save show a bunch of times. Yeah, thanks for hanging out guys. Appreciate you all. You guys have been amazing again. Sorry for the not so much answering questions today. I've just kind of been focusing, but I feel we are doing really well. My MagicQ page is starting to fill up nicely as well. But yeah, for the most part, we're doing really well. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.